Well, welcome to the Real Life Kitchen. Here we are with Arlene. And what country are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about China.
Ooh.
There has been a lot of discussion about China, one of the oldest civilizations that we know. But you know, in my research about China, I have found some of the most fascinating facts. There are more Christians in China than there are in America.
That is amazing.
Now, the population is different. We take that into consideration. But there is a mighty move of God going on in the underground church. And it used to be that the regime there was very intimidated by Christianity because they thought, you know, if that gets big and keeps swelling up, it's going to take over. But you know, they've left us alone because the power of God is greater than any power that man can have.
That's right.
And we know that God has a plan for China because he loves the whole world.
That's right.
He loves the whole world.
Amen.
So today we're going to make some Chinese food, and I hope everybody likes Chinese food.
Yum.
Do you?
We do in our household.
Well, we're going to make a soup. This is a corn soup. If you want to take that spatula right there and just stir that around, we have, that's just, we've taken a can of regular cream-style corn and a box of chicken broth, brought it to the boil, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to put some cornstarch. We're going to make a thickener for that. Just a little bit of cornstarch in a little bit of water. If you want to just whirl that around, make sure it'll dissolve very quickly and easily. We may need to turn that third burner on just a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. That's good. All right. And then you're going to mix that up really well.
Okay. Is this called a roux?
It's a roux. It's one of the roux. And then I'm just adding a little bit of salt, just a little bit of pepper. Give it a flavor.
All right, how's
See,
that look?
yeah, that's great. Okay, now what you're going to do is, while this baby's boiling, let's turn her down a little bit. Yeah. Now you're going to pour that in a stream,
Okay.
steady stream, and just keep stirring so that it doesn't get lumped up.
All right,
While
no
you're
lumps.
doing that, I'm going to get my wok good and hot. There we go. Great.
No lumps.
No lumps.
Okay, look at that.
No lumps here. But you're not quite done yet.
Okay.
Because now, you know, you always have to have an egg or two in anything Chinese, mostly because that's a great source of protein. When they didn't have access to a lot of protein, they started to use what they had, which was eggs. So we're going to scramble these eggs up. Just beat them up like that. Now, is that getting thick?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. I want you to just start to stream this just like you did the other.
Okay.
Let me put that there. And just in a steady stream.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Keep it moving.
All right, we're
Keep
moving.
it moving. Keep it moving.
Are they going to scramble?
They'll scramble. They'll cook.
Oh, wow.
It's hot in there. You know, they'll scramble. Trust me, they'll scramble.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Now, you're going to let that cook for about a minute or two until that thickener brings a nice consistency. The eggs get cooked. Then we're going to throw a can of that niblets, that tiny baby corn. You can go ahead and put that in there too.
All right, these here. And they're drained?
It's drained. There you go. Perfect. Now you want to stir it again, and then we'll turn the gas really low, very low, okay? Now, I want to get started with my wok. The wok is hot. Okay, we're going to add just 2 tablespoons of oil. This is just vegetable oil. And this is going to be shrimp fried rice. Now, I know that's Kelsey's favorite. One of them anyway. She likes shrimp, she told me. And what we've done is made a marinade for this, which is a very easy marinade. And all the recipes are on ctvn.org. You can go there. And then you just do this for 15 minutes. That's all. And we've taken shrimp and cut it up in tiny pieces. And we're just going to put this in our wok. And we did. Step back.
I know. Watch out.
Yeah. And you want to make sure that, put that down there, please. Thank you. Just mix it around. And why don't you keep that going on, and I'll talk them through the rest of how we're going to do this, okay? Now, what we have here is just about 4, 5, 6 ounces, as much as you want of the tiny shrimp, or you can get the big ones and cut them up. These were frozen. We thawed them. We cleaned them, deveined them, and shelled them. And then we just have the Just a good old shrimp there, tiny
This makes
pieces.
me feel like a real chef. Watch out,
Yeah,
Emerald.
I know.
Here I come.
Step aside, Julia, she's here. But you know, you just want them to get some color to them because shrimp cooks very quickly. We also have the rest of what's going into our shrimp fried rice. We have onion, we're gonna brown off. We have some small bits of ham. There's some green onion, which adds a lot of flavor. Some peas, because that's a staple. And you always, if you're gonna add rice to something like this, like a stir fry, you wanna cook the rice first and cool it down. Because if you like mushy rice, then you don't have to cool it down. But we don't like mushy rice. We like it to be firm and just done the way it's supposed to, and then it'll add such flavor to that. Okay, let's turn the heat up just a little bit on that so we can get a better, next one back. Yeah, that's good. All right. So now we're gonna.
Using sticky rice. Did you
No,
ever
this is
notice
just
they
plain.
have sticky rice?
Yeah, well that's
okay.
yeah, that's a high gluten.
different kind.
That's a different kind, yeah. Okay, so now we're just gonna add some onion. This is just a medium onion chopped. All right. And we're gonna mix it around well. You know, the Chinese people, they're simple people as far as they love to season well. If you ever had General Tso's chicken, you know what I mean by season well. It can get pretty hot, but it's so good. And but rice was a staple for them, really the big staple. And it feeds, you know, a bag of rice can feed a lot of people, the hungry people, you know.
That's right.
So we're thankful that, okay, we're just gonna add some ham to that as you keep going. This is kind of like a stir fry, it just keep building it. Now you can brown off each of these elements separately and then in the end put it together, but I find out that the end product is tastes very similar, so to save yourself the work of doing that, you don't have to. Aren't you thankful that God loves everybody in the world?
That's right.
That nobody is extra special to him, that anybody can come to him, whether you're in China, whether you're in Peru, South America, Europe, wherever you are, in America, South America, Africa. His love for humanity sent Jesus to the cross, which we've just celebrated. And that's a powerful story. It's powerful. Okay, I think we're going to go with our green onion now. It's going to add some more flavor.
It smells wonderful, too.
Doesn't it smell good, huh? I love all these the aromas together. Very good. All right.
I had the opportunity to homeschool, and we attended a co-op, so I was like the tutor.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the students, they were from China. They are resilient people. They loved to study and learn. I was like, oh, I was learning from him.
Yeah.
More than I think I taught him.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a hunger and a thirst for God there, because these underground churches, I mean, they'll post, we're going to have a service, and there are thousands will show up. You know, it's not like some of our churches aren't maybe to the capacity, but they said that you'd think in some of these churches that you were sitting in, like in, they use the example of Colorado at a mega church because people are hungry for God. And one lady that I read her account, she said, I'm adding some peas. She said, you know, first couple times I went, I heard it was a place of peace. And she said, but you know what? I didn't get it at first, but the more I went, the more I felt the peace of God. Okay, so you know what? I'm thankful for that because God's speaking to his people all over the world. Now we're going to stir fry this. The only thing we have to add now is our rice, and then we're going to drizzle a couple of eggs again, over the top of them. And when we come back for the taste test, you're going to see what it looks like. But for right now, what are we going?
I don't know. Where are we
Where
going?
are we going? We're going to Terry. That's
There
where
we
we're
go.
going.
Hey, Terry.
Yes, ma'am.
He's cheating.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't wait. It was
I
time.
know.
You know, our family loves Chinese food.
We do love Chinese.
Yeah, I
We
do.
really do, and we're not. You know, I'm not very good at cooking it though.
But look how easy that was today.
Yeah,
That
I
wasn't
can do it.
hard.
You make everything look easy.
No.
Say that a lot.
We say that every time.
Isn't that good
It's
Chinese
very,
corn soup?
it's very good. Very
Okay, I'll
good.
try that
And you know, if you cook Chinese right, it's not. I mean, it can be a healthy choice.
Absolutely, a lot of vegetables. A lot of vegetables, and you use some kind. And eggs are protein. You know, eggs got a bum rap for a long time, but they're okay. They're good for you.
One of my favorite
I
things
love
that
shrimp fried rice.
Yeah, me too. Because they're so versatile, you can do so much with them. But isn't that good?
Very good.
And you know, you could beef up even more vegetables if you wanted. But remember, the recipes are available these recipes and a whole lot more at ctvn.org, and you can download them, you can print them out, whatever you want to do with them.
Well, as we were just talking about getting in charge of your health, making good choices like eating healthy food helps us take steps.
Sure.
And those steps all add up to making gains. And we're going to pray for your prayer requests in just a minute when we come back from watching what's on tomorrow's
Real Life.